Good day, fellow Fae. Welcome back to Wood Dweller's Domain. I am the one and only Wood Dweller. Thank you so very much for stopping by my neck of the woods today. I am in full Wood Dweller-esque vibe right now. I'm so happy to be here. I just got done with this really awesome event. I'm a little flustered. I wore 2 scarves. I was booked today for a holiday event. I was not allowed to take pictures because they did have a private photographer there, and this event was specifically for children in a program. So that made so much sense. I didn't take any pictures, but I put so much glitter on my chest, guys. Like, I'm gonna have glitter for days. Here's my second scarf. This is like my favorite fabric. I don't even know what it's called, but it reminds me of the 90s and the early 2000s when like that very whimsical style came out, I guess, or was like really prevalent. So today was so fun. I guess I can get into the details of this hair. I don't celebrate Christmas, of course, but the holidays are a theme that I can do. So whenever I'm booked for like a holiday event, I do, I guess, go with the flow of the theme. Here's some earrings, thanks to Zoe's mom. Thanks, Heidi. They're little bells and they're like green. But yeah, so a lot of the kids had a lot to say about the elf in my hair. You have an elf! Like, they were so excited to talk about that. And I don't know, I like really being around kids and face painting. I really love it as a job. I'm still trying to navigate like the business aspect of life because I'm learning about like what steps it takes to own my own business. And I think the issue that I've been having lately is just I've received mail that has been, they've been like asking me to pay certain things, but it's not like from the government or anything. It's specifically third-party places, or they'll call me and they'll be like, your page is not on, your business is not viewable on Google, just because I started it a while ago. And they're like, we can see all your information. And I'm thinking, please don't give me a headache. So, but for the most part, it's been a really fun experience. I would say specifically a challenge that I've run across is having the lack of order in certain events. I will say when there's tons of kids and there's order, but not really. Usually the order always falls off throughout the progression of the event. So I've had a lot of kids push up on the table that I brought. So I have a personal table. I am going to be purchasing a kit that turns into, like, it has stands on the bottom of it, like little legs, so that of course I can just open the kit like a suitcase and then pop the legs up and it'll do kind of like a tripod does, but it has 4 legs on it. And so then I won't have the issue of having a table. It's like the table's kind of heavy too, so I notice how bad my back feels right now too. Like, as I'm sitting here, my back is like taking a plunge. And I really need to do yoga or hire a really, really good like masseuse to help me. I would love to get a massage after work just because it's hard to kind of like sit up. That's another issue I'm having, posture. I will be having surgery though, I will say that. I'm looking at myself in the big mirror beside me. I will be having surgery, so hopefully that will help with my posture. I'd say besides the kids like pushing on the table today, I had a lot of like really touchy fingers. That was an issue as well. Kids were grabbing and touching and trying to put their fingers in the glitter, and I'm finding that it's becoming more difficult, even though I do have assistants. So like with my children, they try to assist as much as possible, but it's different with adults. Whenever I have an adult as an assistant, things get done differently. The children listen differently too, and they're more in order. So it's kind of hard face painting alone. Specifically when it comes to like events, if I'm doing events and the people are like, yeah, take pictures, I like to be able to take pictures of the designs that I do. Sometimes not so much, because some children are more antsy than others. I usually don't turn them away. Like when they're antsy, I try to do something. Sometimes they like squinch up, so that's a little difficult too, but I try to work around it. I will say right now I'm extremely tired, but I wanted to get on here and talk about it today because I don't know, I've never really talked about it on my channel. I will say that I have a lot of work to do with like paperwork and keeping up with expenses and filling out more applications for grants and just doing all the business side of things by myself, like juggling and kind of grasping for assistance with different like seminars that I join. I do get online, and I have worked with like business mentors before. It's not been the best thing for me, specifically I guess because I've not found one that actually understands my field. I've been told by so many different people like, oh, you need a makeup license. Other people are like, nope, you don't need a makeup license, you just need a business license. It's like, it's not a set in stone field to be in, so that's the one thing. Also, given the fact that I do have a level of health issues right now, it's been kind of hard to stay persistent. And then on top of that, weather has been an issue. I will be making videos in the future though, going over my new kit, because it's getting to the point now where I'm getting a lot of people like hearing about me, word of mouth kind of vibe, and I want to be able to have enough supplies and have like a really clean, cohesive kit so that when I'm going to these different events, cleanup is easy, everything is fast. I've been dealing with the kit that I have for about 1.5 years. It's really minimal. I feel like I have been practicing more and more pattern designs. That's one thing that I will say that I've had, I feel like, the most difficulty with, due to having carpal tunnel in both of my hands. I mean, obviously you can't see anything. This is like my super working hand. This is like my lazy hand, but this one is my main, and I don't know if you can tell the difference, but this one looks like such a prettier version of this. This is like the, I'm gonna work and do everything. Like, I feel sore sometimes. And I will say the stencil helps a lot with kids who move a lot. 100%. Some kids move a lot. It makes it difficult sometimes too with the carpal tunnel when I'm doing freehand stuff, or when I'm like blotting, because I did a lot of blush today. I guess I could show like what I had on my menu today for the looks, which a lot of them were super popular. A lot of kids wanted, it was kind of like this small Santa hat on the eyebrow. I thought it was cute. Lots of kids wanted that. And then some kids wanted the snowman, which was really cute. I have like this little random abstract design. It's like blue with icicles and all that, or snowflakes, sorry. So yeah, it was really nice. I do notice that it's time for me to improve the quality. So I have a lot of like face paints ready to be purchased. There's one more step, of course, in my grant process, and then after that I will compile another video to kind of talk about my kit from before and compare it to the one that, you know, of course I'll be doing like an unboxing and sort of like organize my kit with me. That should be fun. But for the most part, to me, face painting is very, like, it pays off to, I don't know, just be like such an artist, but also like have, I do notice that a lot of like the parents and like the older people, like guardians or people who are at these events, or if they walk up to me at a park or whatever, I notice that they want to talk. So they'll use it as not an excuse, but they'll use it as a way to kind of ask questions about me. Not all the time, but I will say for a good majority of the time, I will get asked questions like, how long have you been doing this? I think it's just small talk. Or is this your full-time job? Are these your kids? Like, they'll ask and probe questions like that. But for the most part, I would say it's just a work in progress. I am going to stick with it because I do believe that this gives me a level of independence that I wouldn't feel with clocking into someone else's on their time clock. I feel like it's very validating to have people reach out to me and say, oh, I met you at this event, or my sister recommended you, my cousin had you at her child's birthday party, and now I want you to do my child's birthday party. Like, it's very validating, and I can only imagine what it's going to be like once I take practicing to like a whole new level. I was practicing line work, and that's something that I'm really trying to master and get like the hang of completely, because I just feel like line work can make the difference. You can put in black how many colors you want, how much glitter, all that, but that line work really determines the finished product of your look. And so I'm really excited about designing more stuff and kind of like looking at other designs and sort of like taking inspiration from that, and even practicing designs that I've seen thus far. So yeah, it's a work in progress, and I'm not saying 100% that I'm perfect, because a lot of my designs to me need to be pushed to the next level, of course. But when I'm asked, or when I'm told, I guess, the feedback that I'm told is, wow, this looks so amazing. I love the way that the glitter pops on my skin. This is such a beautiful look. It was just something that, I don't know, it just makes me happy, because usually I'm face painting and it's fun activities. And I believe that the way that the world is right now, the way that this country is right now, it's very validating to be able to bring magic into a society that almost seems as though it's used to it never having magic in the first place. And it makes me feel extremely honored to, I just feel honored to be able to do what I actually love, which is art. I love working with children. I love like the party and happy celebration vibe. Everybody comes there with their best. Now, I will say that not all the time. There are some kids who, you know, skip each other, or they say mean things to each other in line, or I've seen kids do and say some really mean stuff, and usually it's an adult there. And I try to correct it as much as possible, which is kind of daunting on the experience, because I'm the face painter. I'm supposed to be painting the faces, not keeping everybody in line. But for the most part, I'm a mom, and I've also been doing childcare for many, many years. So it's something that's natural to me to do. So I don't mind it as much, but I'm just hoping that moving forward, I'll be able to just share in the magic with everyone and continue this for as much as I can. I don't know if I'll be hiring an assistant, but I would love to kind of find someone who does artwork too, like whether they are a painter, a musician, whether they do sculpture, crafting, whatever. Someone who does vendor, you know, they set up in their vendor. I personally would love to find someone in Charlotte, Belmont Matthews, just somewhere close by, preferably Charlotte. But if we could team up to kind of work with each other, let's say I have a few bookings that I need your help with just photography, videography, filming me going live on TikTok, things of that sort, because integrating social media has been a really big part of owning your own business. Although, funny enough, a lot of my clients, or I guess people who want to book with me, they are usually finding me through word of mouth. And then the second place would be TikTok. So that's been good. I've been using hashtags and everything like that to be found. But for the most part, again, this is just a work in progress, and I'm just really excited to be able to expand more. I've been being more and more obsessed with just doing everything that I can to make this business work for me. Putting like my heart and my passion and my soul into it. Winning this grant meant a lot to me. I will be sharing a different video in regards to the grant winning. It has just been a blessing. The money is earned, and I am so absolutely still in shock that I was approved to be a winner. I was nervous. I really, really needed it because I knew my business needed to be more on the professional side of things, and I'm just excited to expand and do more and be more. I have a huge growth mindset right now. I do have some setbacks in life, as we all do, and I'm just using this time to kind of reflect on those things, but then also changing the narrative on my journey and where I'm going to end up, because I believe that the things that I went through has shown me a level of strength that I never thought that I had. So, thank you so much for everyone who has supported me in this journey. Thank you to everyone who has trickled in and continuously watches my videos. All of the positive, supportive people and brands. I just wanted to quickly just let you know how much I have been made a more supported person just because of you. Those of you that have my back and you constantly encourage me, and knowing about the things that I went through and then standing on the other side of things helps me to reflect on just how far I've come. So with that, thank you so much for stopping by my neck of the woods today, and I will see you in the next one.